Hey there. Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's Jenny Fenig here. Super psyched to be with you. Hey, everyone who's joining. Riley Muir 3, Pid Servo. I'm just saying your name as I see you joining in the Periscope today. Tita, hey Tita. Good to see you here, hon. This is awesome. If you're joining, let me know where you're connecting in from. Yeah, send some hearts if you want to send some hearts over. If you're new, hey, Missy Garcia, you just tap your screen and the hearts come over. It's magic. It's magic. Hey, I'm Jenny Fenig. I'm super excited to be with you. Hey, Louise. Hey, Missy. Hey, Tita. Yeah, if you're connecting in, chat with me. Hi. Hi, everyone. Let me know where you're connecting in from. Tell me where you're from, where you're periscoping from right now, because we're all periscoping together. I live in the Berkshires of Western Massachusetts, but guess what? I am in New York. What's up, Finland? I'm in New York. I'm right outside New York City. Louise from Australia. Awesome. This is so cool. Before we dive in, the periscope today is going to be about time chunking. Okay, so it's Sunday here in the States. Australia, is it Monday there already? I think you're that far ahead. It may be Sunday night for you. I got a bunch of our friends in Australia, so I know you're ahead of us. But listen, it's Sunday here, so we're on the brink of Sunday night late. That's what I thought. Okay, so we're on the brink of a new week ahead of us. Hey, Allie Crow. And so I wanted to create this periscope for you today. I had a request from an amazing gal in my world named Stephanie Rennert. Hey, Allie Crow, where are you connecting in from? Everyone who's joining, I want to know so I can give you a shout out and be like, what's up? Stephanie Rennert wanted me to talk more about time chunking. Allie from Denton, Texas. Awesome. So that's what I'm going to do. She actually found me originally through a Facebook ad I was running for a long time with my schedule template tool. And it made me realize, like, I need to start that ad up again, which I did, because I got it was one of my most popular Facebook ads I ever ran. It was basically a boosted post that I just kept running for like ever, for eternity, for all infinity. And so I have that running. That's how she originally connected into me. So I'm going to talk today about time chunking. And if you want to get my time chunking tool before we even dive in, you can grab it. It's free. It's at jennyfenig.com/schedule. If you don't yet have that, you're going to love it. It's this beautifully designed schedule. It's basically your entire week at a glance. Okay, jennyfenig.com/schedule. You can check it, and there's some tips there that we're going to be diving into today on the Periscope. I want to take your questions. I want to set you up for an amazing week ahead, an amazing rest of the year ahead, an amazing rest of your life ahead. All right, so I've been really thinking about just how blessed we are to be alive. And before we dive into the content, listen, I want to take you with me. I'm in my in-laws' apartment here, right outside New York. I want to show you a view of Manhattan. Do you want to see it? It's awesome. Okay, they live in Floral Park. My husband's out here. I told him I was periscoping. He's probably, that's Manhattan over there, right? Where's Manhattan? Stevie, where is it? This way? That way? Where's Manhattan, Sid? That way? Oh, you can't? I can kind of see it outside this thing. All right, who wants to see it? We're taking a tour. All right, come out with me. Okay, here's the view. See it, it's way over there. It's pretty hazy, but we're way up high. We're way up high. That's the Long Island Sound over there. Here we are. So we are on the 33rd floor. I'm gonna head back inside. My father-in-law. Hey Sid.
Hi.
He's on video. We're here celebrating. We're celebrating his 85th birthday. Here he is, and his sister. She's about to turn 100. What do you need, Sid? Something about cereal?
Yeah, did you see this?
Yeah, I'll check that later. Thanks. You're on video, Sid. Okay, see ya.
Throw these out.
My husband, there he is.
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
You don't even keep any
throw
of this,
them
right?
out. Don't throw out the apple one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this is my in-laws. This is their apartment. They live in a place called North Shore Towers in Floral Park, New York, which is technically Long Island. My husband grew up in Long Island. So we came out here, and their birthdays, my father-in-law and his sister, their birthdays are technically in September. But, you know, we had to coordinate everyone's schedules and all that good stuff. So we got together yesterday, and, you know, my father-in-law is going to be turning 85. So we're talking about time on this Periscope, right? And, you know, what's a better indicator of time than age? You know, how long you've been on this, in this body, right, during this lifetime. So my father-in-law is turning 85 next month, and his sister, Claire, is turning 100. Just let that sink in. 100. What? Can you imagine? Like, I was hanging out with a 99-year-old last night. I sat right next to her at dinner, and that made me realize, like, this thing about time. And Stephanie had asked me to do something about this, and then I woke up this morning, and I don't often plan my Periscopes in advance. I'm just like, yeah, I got the download. It's time. Let's go do this thing. And so thanks to Stephanie, and I think she's going to be listening in. If you're here, Steph, let me know. I want to give you a shout out. And I'm just like, it's time. Let's do this. It's time. It's time to talk about time. And again, if you want my time chunking tool, go to jennyfenig.com/schedule. You can get it for free. It's beautifully created. It was designed by my designer, and you can create your... We're going to talk time chunking, because I want to explain what this is, because this is really the game changer. And when you're hanging out with like with a 99-year-old, like I was last night, you're really thinking about life and what you've been doing and all of that good stuff. So this is about making use of the time that we have, making use of the road that we're on, making use of our body, making use of our mind and our soul and our energy. And the way that I've been able to do this, I have 3 kids. They're actually down at the playground with my mother-in-law right now, who is 79, but has the energy of like a 20-year-old. I mean, really, she has more energy than me. I watch her and I'm just like, whoa. This is amazing. I'm so grateful for her. And she has all this energy. So all 3 of my kids are down at the playground with her. My husband and I are like getting a little leisurely Sunday morning with my father-in-law up here. And, you know, the way I've been able to accomplish so much in my work, and Steven's coming in. He's like, he doesn't even know what Periscope is yet because he doesn't have it on his phone. Steven, we see you back there. Yeah, your grandmother Louise has heaps of energy too. It's amazing. And you ask them like what their secrets are when that's what you're like, what Steven, we see, oh look, hunky, naked chest. There it is, everyone. You didn't know you'd get like a half-naked guy on this Periscope, did you? You do now. My mother-in-law, she's been a vegetarian for over 50 years. I think that could be a part of her energy levels. She's just super sharp. She reads the New York Times every morning. She's just like on her game all the time. She doesn't drink alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol in May. Just a personal choice. I realized that was the road I was going on, and I finally surrendered into it. But when we look at how to utilize our time and our energy, I mean, that to me is magic, because that's what we've got. Everyone has 24 hours in a day. Everyone has 7 days in a week. But we all do different things with that. Yeah, that's awesome, Louise, about your grandmother. Cool. Yeah, and if you have insights, definitely share them in the comments. I want to see, and everyone who's watching can see your stuff too. It's really cool. So, yeah, when you find people in your life who seem to be rocking it, like, ask them. And I realized that people were asking me about this stuff on time. And again, that Facebook ad, now it's running again. Thanks to Stephanie for reminding me about that. I just started again. I'm like, this was one of my all-time like most popular Facebook posts ever. And I just ran an ad around it. And it leads people in to download that free schedule template. And it takes you to a blog post where I write about it. Because I want to teach you about it. I don't want to just give you the template and be like, figure it out on your own. I want to tell you what I know. I've been fascinated by time like my whole life. I think because my sister died when I was 16 and she was 12, it was at that moment I said, I will make every moment count. I am not going to waste time, because this is all we have, and we don't know when we're going to take our last breath. I mean, it's literally a gift, and when we take it for granted, that's when we get, you know, hit on the head by a 2x4 spirit stick, I like to say. So I remember back in the corporate world, I was asked to actually give a presentation. I worked for a big corporation, and they asked me to give a presentation. I was like 22 years old, 23 years old, on time management. Like I'm working with some senior people in the public relations world, and they asked me to give a presentation on time management. So I had some things figured out. I used to live and die by my schedule, my calendar. Back in the day before we had online calendars, we had the written calendars, right? And I used to like literally have nightmares about getting like robbed, or mugged, and kind of negotiating with my perpetrator, saying, take my wallet, but just please don't take my calendar, because if you take my calendar, I won't know what I'm doing. Like, I won't know where to go. Everything's in the calendar. And now that we have these online calendars, I don't need to worry about that so much because it's all online. So if I was to lose my phone, I would still have the calendar on my computer. You know what I'm talking about. So I've really been fascinated by the concept of time and how to utilize time to my advantage, to make massive traction, to get things done, and to touch the lives I'm here to touch. So if that calls out to you, then you're definitely going to want to hear what I have to say about time chunking. So again, if you have not yet downloaded that freebie, go ahead and get it, jennyfenig.com/schedule. So the concept of time chunking is this. You get in states of flow when you allow yourself to immerse yourself in these 3 different flow states. And the flow states are, and there's different terms for them, but I call them on, in, and free. On, in, and free. And let me explain what they are. So this is really targeted at someone who has work that you're doing in the world. If you're like me, you have a business, and you want that business to grow, and you want that business to touch lives and be successful and all of that. But you don't want to be spending all of your time working with your clients, because you won't have time for marketing. You don't want to be spending all of your time, doing the marketing and business development, because you won't be like in the field doing the actual work with your people. And then you don't want to have no time for free time, non-business related activities, okay? So that's what these 3 flow states are all about. And when you have your little schedule chunking tool that I'm giving you, you can actually map this stuff out, and you can see where you can get into states of flow. The idea is, and I'll explain what on, in, and free are. So on is when you're working on your business. All right, that's when you're working on it. You're taking that, like, I just gave, those of you who are on the Periscope from the beginning, you saw me give like a little panorama of where I am. I'm on the 33rd floor of this apartment building my in-laws live. So we're high up. I can see like a long distance from here. My view would be a lot different if I was on the 1st floor of this apartment building, but I'm on the 33rd floor. So this is a great analogy for working on your business, right? You're taking this high level view, you're looking around, and you're like, okay, I see what's going on here. We're gonna move this here. Okay, we've got that coming down the pike. I'm gonna start running an ad campaign. I'm gonna get a webinar going. I'm gonna start planning out this live event. Okay, I'm really gonna look at relaunching that website. We're due for a rebrand. I see what's coming down the pike. You have a different lens. It's really, you're looking at some of your strategic moves that you're making, some training that you wanna be doing. Maybe you wanna train to become certified as a coach. I actually launched a coach certification earlier this year. It's been extraordinary. I love it. And I was able to come up with these big ideas in my business that I was even going to launch a coach certification school when I had that big picture view, when I'm like on the 33rd floor of this apartment building looking around and going, okay, where are we going here? What do I see? What trends am I watching right now? Where do I feel I'm being called to go as a human and as a business owner, okay? So that's this on view. You got it? And if you have questions, just post them in the comments and I will get to them, all right? I want you guys to get this because this literally is game changing. It's why I've been able to grow my business every year. I have 3 kids. They're young, 6, 4, and 1. I'm married. I actually like to spend time with my husband. We still like each other, which is you know, that's saying something. And I'm a yogi. I like to practice a lot. Hey, Erin, I'm so excited to have you here, hon. Great to see you. Yeah, and so I've had to make these moves. It's a non-negotiable for me. I can't, my business is not something I just get to when I get to it. It's like, it's a part of who I am. Those itches. It's a part of who I am, and I can't just neglect it. I can't neglect it. So that's that on view, all right? Now let's move on to the next category, and that's in. You know, working in your business. So that's like we're on the first floor of this apartment building. I love this analogy that's come up. So that's when you're literally working with your clients. If you're a coach like me, you're coaching your clients. Maybe you're running group coaching calls. Maybe you're creating curriculum for a course that you are offering. I just wrapped up, you know, a few that Get Gutsy Coach Training School, our inaugural class. I created a lot of curriculum for that. When I was creating the curriculum, I was working in my business. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? I have a new course that I'm I'll run it again. It's called Tribe Building Bootcamp. Yeah, keep your eyes open for it. If you're not on my list yet, you will when you get that schedule template, jennyfenig.com/schedule. When I was creating curriculum for Tribe Building Bootcamp, I was working in my business. And when I run some group coaching calls for that, come September, that's when I'd be working in my business. So if you're a coach, it's when you're working with your clients. You could be creating curriculum. Let's say you're a graphic designer. It's when you're creating the websites for your clients. If you are an accountant, it's when you're in there, you know, running the numbers for your clients. Or when you're managing your team to be doing that, you know, and you're checking their work or what have you. All right, so like you're in there, you're doing the field work with your clients, like you're in the weeds, you're actually performing the tasks that people are essentially paying you to do. You got it? That will take up a good, you know, crux of your time, but that can't be all of your time. And for a lot of people starting out in business, they're earlier on, or they're ones that they're realizing they're just not growing, they're hitting a plateau. It's because they're spending all of their time in their business, working in their business. You see what I'm saying here? Again, questions, post them, I'll get to them. But you have to do that. You still need to be working in the business. That's the powerful. I love working with my clients. I'm not one of those coaches who never wants to have like one-to-one coaching work that I do. I have a small number still of high-level clients who I get to work with very, very closely. And I enjoy that because I get to hear, you know, like voice the customer, what's going on with you. I want to see, I want to hear, I want to feel it, because then I see what's happening on this more macro level, and I can bring that out to my people in a very, very powerful way. So that we've covered on your business, in your business, and then let's talk about free time. Free time is when you're not doing either one of those categories, and which is funny because when you're really in love with your business, I find that you're kind of always working on it in some way. Might not be, you know, you're not like behind your computer mapping out a marketing strategy, but you're getting ideas. But the key is that you're free. You're taking a yoga class, you're golfing, you are swimming, you are playing with your children at the playground, you are on vacation somewhere, you're exploring, you're traveling, you are going on a picnic. We're going to Tanglewood later today, which is a beautiful spot where I live. We're going to be leaving New York and going back to Massachusetts. We're going to be listening to a fantastic crew of musicians performing Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. So that's when I'm engaging in free time. All right, today is Sunday. We hopefully are enjoying some free time today. Some of you may be working on your business or in your business because you can. I mean, we can design this to our liking, but you have to be engaging in that free time. And I actually, for the next 2 weeks, am on what I'm calling a sabbatical. I have some big projects. I'm going to be working on my business. It'll be a mix of on my business and free time. I'm not working in my business. I don't have anything scheduled, no calls with clients, none of that. I needed to clear the decks and clear space because I have some big projects that are being birthed through me right now. It's really, really exciting, and it's like, whoa, pretty wild. But you have to do that. You have to protect this stuff. So we're looking at these 3 categories: on your business, in your business, and free time. Now, here is a huge piece of the puzzle. I don't want you, when you're filling out this great schedule that I'm gifting you with, I don't want you to be like a ping pong ball and going back and forth, back and forth. When you're scheduling your time, you don't want to have like a half hour of in your business, then a half hour of on your business, then a half hour of in, and then on, and then a little like 15 minutes of free time. Like, no, you gotta develop these flow states. So the flow states are when you are literally are chunking. That's why I'm calling this set. And thank you for the hearts. I love hearts. You can tap your screen and you can send over some hearts. We want to like spread the love around. So if you're watching live and the recording, you can just click your screen, tap your screen with your finger, and little hearts come across. And that shows your love for your periscopers. And we're just bringing this to you. You know, I'm just totally bringing this to you out of the love in my heart. So you need to be chunking your time. You're going to literally, like, I will have days of the week where it's totally an on my business day. And those of you who've been playing with us already, you know how powerful that is. When you simply have a day that is just, you're working on your business. You get to write marketing copy, you are creating plans, you are like really visualizing. Maybe you're working with a coach, maybe you're going to an event or a workshop. That is all working on your business. I was out at a training, was it last weekend? I have now signed up for more intensive training with this particular mentor, and I'm so psyched. That all of it is me working on my business. And the cool thing, those of you who are not quite clear that you are actually working in the right business or you just haven't found your thing yet, you'll know that you find it when the stuff that you are doing, you know, like on your business, in your business would be things that you'd want to do for free time anyway. Okay. When you're making investments in your business, you're like, I would spend this money even if it wasn't for my business and it wasn't a write-off. This is so exciting. So that's when you know, those of you who are, because I know not everybody has figured that out yet. It took me a long time to figure out what I was here to do and to create a business around it. And it has evolved quite a bit. So you want to have those chunks of time. And so I'm going to use an example of a coach, because I am one and I train women to become coaches. And I know I have a lot of coaches in my community. When you have clients that you're working with, do not work with them every single day of the week. Don't do that. Don't do that. Have certain days of the week where you do this. And as you grow and evolve, like in my business, I have, like I said, just a small number of one-to-one clients that I'm working with on a regular basis. So I will work one-to-one with clients like about 2 to 3 days a month. 2 to 3 days a month. So I have those allocated on my schedule, and those are like fully like working in my business days. I do a number of group coaching calls, and I love those, and that's where I'm leveraging my time and the energy of the group, and they're all coming together on the call, and I'm able to coach and guide and hold sacred space. So, and I have those strategically allocated on my schedule. I have lots of free webinars that I may hold or free calls. Those are strategically scheduled on my schedule. It's not willy-nilly. When it's willy-nilly, your results are willy-nilly. And you want to get results. You want to be able to attract in the money and the abundance that allows you to keep doing what you're doing in the world, so that you don't, burn out, go bankrupt, or give up. Okay? So we have to have a strategic approach to the way that we are investing our energy. And time is energy. Time is the most valuable asset that you have. And I want you to use it wisely, because when you invest your time wisely, the money will come in for you. As you have, elegantly designed packages and offerings and, all of that good stuff. So again, if you don't yet have the schedule, those of you who are just joining in, you can grab it, jennyfenig.com/schedule, totally free to you. Check it out. When you get that, I also will deliver a blog post that lays this out in detail. We've talked about it here. If you have any questions or any comments, send them over to me now. I want to see what they are. I want to be able to help you. Anything that you have found that to be really helpful for you. If you use this time chunking technique, I've been using it for several years now. I learned it from mentors way back when. It totally changed my life, because I wasn't taught this. My corporate life I was in corporate for a decade, and I wasn't taught this. I remember being always very stressed out, and like I had so much to do, but yet I still was able to master the time concept enough that I was invited at around 23 years old to give an entire presentation for my company. I work for a PR agency called Porter Novelli. I was asked to give a presentation around this. I'd gone to a training because I was obsessed with time management. I really believe it was because my sister passed when we were so young that I just knew that every moment is a gift, and I wanted to understand like all these time management hacks that we could apply to make our lives better and richer and all that good stuff. So I believe that was the source, the root of my fascination with time. And then as I've played with this time chunking technique, and then also as I've committed to my path as a yogi and meditation, knowing that meditation actually slows down time so that you can bend it, you can really maximize every moment. It's totally revolutionary. It's totally revolutionary. So if you're one of those people who runs around and just says, I'm so crazy busy and I don't have any time to get anything done, that's on you. That's a paradigm that you are saying yes to right now. That's not the way it has to be. That's the way the majority of the world does it. The majority of the world wastes so much time. It's like, I mean, it's frightening to me. And I have people in my life, they don't know, and you don't want to make them wrong for not knowing, but you also want to guide them along effectively. Like I had somebody on my team, actually, we have a housekeeper once a week, and I adore her. We appreciate her so much. And the other day she sent me a text, and she's been working with us for years, and her schedule gets pretty full in the summer because we live in an area where we have a lot of people who come up for the summer. It's a place where people come for summer vacation, and they have second homes in our area, and so her schedule gets more full. And she sent me a text, and she said, I have a full day tomorrow. I need to come at 9:30. Can you let me know if this is okay? And so then that meant I needed to text her back and say, yes, this is okay. I have a lot of things on my plate. My life is full by design, and what it's full with, they're things that I have said yes to. I've chosen these things. But that's not something I should even have to text back on. And what I said was, Stephanie, you're here. What I said to my housekeeper was, listen, yes, that's fine. And moving forward, simply say to me, hey, I'm coming at 9:30 tomorrow, full day. If this is an issue, let me know. Because what does that do? I don't have to text her back if it's not an issue. When you're looking, that's right, Stephanie, be safe. So you have to be able to develop these boundaries in your world, because that was just one less thing that I have to do now. I don't have to text her back and say, yes, that's okay. Because typically it's okay. She can come and that's fine. But it takes that thing off of my plate. So as you live your life and you're playing with this time chunking technique, there's going to be other things that you realize, like how to be more efficient, how to get more done, how to not do all the the responses, like so many responses now with texting, with emailing, with everything. How can you make it easier on yourself and for your people? Can you take things off of your plate? Can you not have to engage in idle, like back and forth chit chat? Yes, we'll have to use that when I clean for my clients. Exactly. Big lesson. Exactly. And again, because a lot of times it's women, like, because what are we looking for? What are we looking for, gals and guys? If you're guys here, permission. We're looking for permission. Is that okay? Is that okay with you? You got it, Louise. Permission. Is that okay? Am I okay? Am I going to get in trouble? No, you're not going to get in freaking trouble. It's better to ask forgiveness than get permission. So stop asking permission for everything. You're just making everyone's life more busy, Hey, Louis from Boston. What's up, everyone joining? Hey, so we're talking time chunking. I got a great tool for you if you haven't gotten it yet, jennyfenig.com/schedule. And Stephanie just joined. Stephanie, I gave you a shout out at the beginning. Stephanie found me originally through a Facebook ad I was running through this schedule tool that I had posted, this time chunking technique. Stephanie, you'll be happy to know I restarted that Facebook ad. It is out there running. People are enjoying it. It's like, I forgot. And you were awesome to remind me that that was one of my most popular Facebook posts of like all time. I mean, people got excited and some were pissed. Some were pissed at that Facebook post. So they were really angry because, and that's really the root of what we're doing here today, is taking mastery over your time. All right. And let me tell you, some people will get really mad at you because you become good at this. So just, I want to prepare you for this so that you don't get like totally freaked out. People get really angry when you're good at using your time. Because guess what, everybody? Guess what, friends? Most people suck at it. They absolutely suck at this. And they're mad at you if, yeah, cool, Louie, go check it out, jennyfenig.com/schedule. They are mad at you because you're good at using your time. Because they live in this consistent state of time lack. They're like time poor. And they're so mad at you because you're time rich. And if you want to join me on this crusade, I will say to you, that's right, I will say to you, do not fall into the I'm so busy trap. That is a trap. You will never be served by that trap. People say, oh, you must be so busy. I'm like, no, actually, I'm not. My life is full. But no, the busy thing, that's like a badge of honor that we try to wear in the United States. They don't really do that in other countries because they see through the BS. You know, that's just a total crutch. That's a facade. That means like, yeah, I use my time really horribly, and so I want to say I'm busy. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, it just, when they say busy, they mean that's frenetic. I'm not thinking. I'm saying yes to everything. I don't know how to say no. And I have things in my life that I've only said yes to. Oh, you do that in Australia too, Louise? All right, that's interesting. I feel like in Europe, they don't do that. In Europe, they take like, you know, long lunches. They take siestas in Spain. Every time I go to Europe, I'm like, you guys have it figured out here. This is awesome. That's the root of why I'm taking that sabbatical. I'm taking a sabbatical for the next 2 weeks. And again, I have some projects that I'll be brewing on, but I'm not doing, you know, I'm not working in my business. Okay, we talked about that. And if you missed some of the discussion around the time chunking, go back and watch the replay. Yeah, hey, from Ireland. I think, do you all have it figured out? Do you take rest? That's what I always loved about Europe, is that they literally, like, if you go to Europe in August, they're like on vacation. Yeah. And so, yeah, I like that. That's why, you know, these last 2 weeks in August, like, I'm chilling. I have kids. They haven't started school yet. They start school in kind of like mid-September. And so I'm just chilling. I'm chilling for the next few weeks. You'll see me active, like, on social media, doing stuff here and there. But I don't have any client stuff scheduled, which is really, really cool. So hey everybody, I love how global this is becoming. If you want to join me on this crusade, stop saying that you're so crazy busy. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve your mission that you're so crazy busy. Busy means you're kind of shooting from the hip. How about, yeah, my life is really full. And I love it, and I've consciously chosen it that way. But then when your life is full, you can also say, and you know what, and I'm taking a sabbatical, I'm taking a breather for the next 2 weeks, or, you know, whatever. But the busy is a trap, and it'll keep you trapped in not being able to truly take stock and work on your business. What we talked about, one of those time chunking categories. Now you have to be working. Yeah, Periscope has helped me stop and take stock. That's so cool. Are you learning some really cool stuff on Periscope? I am. Hey, everybody who's here. I love all the hearts. So if you want to join me in this crusade, just type in the comments like, yes, I'm going to join you in this crusade. No more crazy busy. No more crazy busy. Life is full. Life is full. Yeah, practice being purposeful. That's right. Yeah, I mean, that's usually the people, I'm not too busy for Periscope. That's right. Life is full. I'm loving it all. I'm totally open. When we're so crazy busy, you know what happens? We're not open to the miracles around us. We're not open to the people who get placed into our path to connect with. We're on our phones constantly. We're texting while we're walking. We're Facebooking while we're walking. We're sitting at a restaurant and we're not engaged in like, hey, the person at the next table, that person could change my life and I could change theirs if I was actually open to having a conversation with them instead of just being on my phone, instead of being so in my head that I'm not in my heart. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to share a story with you, and then I love all the little comments here. I love all the hearts, and because it just triggered for me about just, yes, life is full, but I'm open. I'm totally open. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yay, Stephanie. That's so cool. So, hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. My mom is actually coming. Stephanie, I hope you come to Alchemy, girl. I'm thinking about you. My mom is going to be coming to Alchemy, my event, which is in October. Anyone wants to hang out with me live in October in the Berkshires where I live at this beautiful, beautiful mansion from the Gilded Age? Go check out thealchemyevent.com. Yeah, do that, Stephanie. My mom's going to be there. It's a big moment for us. She's never come to any of my events. My mom and I have had our ups and downs, let me tell you. And most of this year, we've been on a down, and it was really, really hard, but it was necessary for the journey. And, oh, Louise, I know I'll meet you one day, girl. I know it. So yeah, thealchemyevent.com, and we've just come to the other side. It's been super powerful, and she's going to come to my event, and I can't wait to introduce her to my people. And she's just been through, her life has been so amazing. Thank you, Stephanie. You're such a little, I love you. I love who you are and what you represent. So yes, everyone with your moms and all that, just big shout out to all the parents out there, and for we chose our parents. So I know I chose my mother, I chose my dad, and I chose my husband, I chose my in-laws, because they all are allowing me to do this work with you all. It just makes total sense to me. It's insane. It's so real for me right now. I'm going to tell you a story about this restaurant and why not being crazy busy allows you to stay open to the miracles happening all around you. And I also want to share a book suggestion with you. First book, check mine out. It's called Get Gutsy. Available on Amazon. You're going to love it. It's about helping you find your soul's calling. Yay. And live your dream. So it's my approach that I went from lost to living my dream. And you can check that out on Amazon. If you want to get a free chapter of that, you can go to getgutsybook.com. But the other book I want to share with you has totally changed my life. It's called The Surrender Experiment, and it's by Michael Singer. And I feel like it is required reading for human beings, literally. If every human being, thank you, Stephanie, getgutsybook.com, if every human being would read Get Gutsy and would read The Surrender Experiment, this world would be, oh my gosh, would we be in good shape? Would we be in good shape? The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. It's on Amazon. It's a New York Times bestseller. He wrote another book several years ago called The Untethered Soul, which I purchased. And literally, anyone here, if you are, just say yes, that's me. Just wish that you could read books every minute of the day. I have so many books. I just love to read. I just love to read. I feel like there's such wisdom in books, and being an author and a writer myself, I know what a labor of love it is to write a book. It is not a quick thing. It typically takes years. And the good ones take many years, to write and then edit and then, all that. Untethered Soul, and read it with my, good. And Stephanie, you'll know I purchased A Course in Miracles, and I have started reading it. And I know it's going to be a lifelong practice for me, holy. But I found my way, and I'm super psyched. Yeah, I'm super psyched. Linda says, I surrender to the divine every night. What I don't know how to deal with. Is it like that? Yeah, totally. That's beautiful, Linda. And it's better in a group. Okay, Steph, you're going to have to give me some more insights on that. But I'm training with the mentor now who is a student and a teacher of A Course in Miracles. So I think that might be a piece of my group. So I think I found my group. But I'll see if I need a more structured one. To Linda's question, Yes, totally. The Surrender Experiment. That's what it's called, Linda. It's on Amazon. The author is Michael A. Singer. You'll find it. It's there. It's amazing. I gifted it to my father this week. He was visiting me, my best friend from growing up. She purchased it. She read it in like 2 days. It literally cracked me open. So many things make sense for me now that I used to think I had to kind of like force it, and I'm a very strong person, and I could kind of will things my way. And someone's calling, the call is coming. Raise your hand if you're ready to answer the call. That book cracked me open. So Linda, yeah, I think it's going to be super powerful for you because it teaches you how to surrender into what is, and to trust that life knows what's best for you more than you do. Life, the universe, source. Here's the deal, kids. This planet has been around for 13.8 billion years. 13.8 billion years. And guess what? Humans were not the first peeps on the scene. We relate to the party. Okay. It started way before us with particles and molecules and atoms and cells. And then guess what? And then us humans came on the scene. We weren't first. And guess what? We're probably not going to be last either, which is kind of trippy to think about. But when we can get out of our we are everything, as humans, we realize that we're in a phase, we're in this transitionary phase, and we can join together for the goodness of our planet and humanity. We are going to birth something spectacular. And that's what's happening right now. Okay, so this universe has been going on since long before we hit the scene. Yeah, and so to think that we have to have all the answers, like we are in control and we are in charge and we know what's better for us than the universe knows, because the universe knows how to do her thing. Planet Earth doesn't need our help spinning. Yeah. Earth has got it under control. Okay? And the universe knows we're, in the grand scheme of things, like our life is like a blip. It is it's like a little dot. It's like a speck of dust. But we think that we have to have all the answers and control it all, and it's just all on us. It's all on our shoulders. And that's not the way we need to move forward. Okay? When we can get out of the way and simply let the universe do her thing and say yes to faith and trust and, calling in guides. I gave a scope a couple days ago on calling in your spirit guides. That was really, really powerful for me. Stephanie was there. A few others of you were there. It was, oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was like my highest attended scope in my history of scoping. I've been scoping for like a month now. So when we can get out of the universe's way, yeah, the one that you were on, Stephanie, the spirit guides one. The spirit guides one. That was my highest, wow. And when it was just like a whoa. It was wow. It was just like a huge validation for me. But the deal is, kids, that the universe knows what she's doing. And, our planet, though, is calling out to us because some of us aren't conscious of the fact that our actions do matter, right? And we can't just, hurt the planet with our choices, with some of our manufacturing choices and the way that we treated our oceans and, like recycling and garbage and just all these choices with plastics and our food sourcing. And I live in an area, luckily, where it's all about quality food and the farm to table movement and all of that and how we treat our animals. I mean, this stuff is real. And as we start seeing certain animals become extinct or really sick and, things are shifting there, that is on us. That's something that as humans we have been, in the dark, thinking that we are the end all be all, and it started with us and will end with us, and that's not true. I'd like to see us continuing to evolve as a planet long after I go. I mean, I hope I've got at least another 50 years in me, maybe 60. Right? I'm 38 years old, but let's know that we will, as in this body, our time here will end. But what can we do during this time to make a real impact. Yes, the universe knows what she's doing. So when you are too crazy busy, I'm too crazy busy to recycle. I'm too crazy busy to be mindful about my food sources or what I'm purchasing at the store. I'm too crazy busy to actually think about quality. I'm too crazy busy to actually ask the person at the checkout at the grocery store how he or she is doing and actually listen, because I'm Facebooking, I'm texting, because that person asked me if it was okay that they come over at this time when they could have just said, I'm coming over at that time. Let me know if that's an issue, right? We have to start owning this time continuum again. This happened for me the other day. I recently finished that book, The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. And I'm just wide open. I'm like, this has revolutionized the way I think. And I am so open to the miracles that are around me, and I trust the universe, and I'm not going to come from a place of fear. I mean, so many of us we are fearful of everything. We're fearful of everything. This won't work out, or what's going to happen, and I don't know, and I've got to control it, and I just need to work harder, and I need to, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. We've got to surrender. Certainly you need, you've got to have your vision and work the vision. You can't just like meditate all day and hope that it all works out for you. All right. Because we need to make our dreams real. We need to go into the lower chakras and make things real. But we need to be open and trust. So let me tell you this story. And then if you have any cues or comments, we'll take them. And then I'm going to wrap it up and read the Sunday Style section in the New York Times, because I really enjoy that section. When I come to my in-laws, they always have the New York Times. So I was at a restaurant a little more than a week ago, and having dinner with my family, and dinner with 3 kids is always a trip. And the table next to us, yeah, vision board, awesome. And Stephanie, I actually have a vision board. I have a DVD. If you guys want to check out a vision board, I have a tool called visionboardmagicdvd.com. Visionboardmagicdvd.com. If you want guidance on vision boarding, you can check that out. And then guess what? Later this year, I'm going to hold I'm calling it the world's largest vision board making party. Later in the year, probably December. I'll let you know about it. So stay in my world, and I'll let you know about that. It's gonna be super fun. It's a great way that we're gonna usher in 2016 together. So we're out to dinner. This table next to us becomes available, a 2-top. And yeah, awesome. And that's it. You got it. Visionboardmagicdvd.com, Stephanie. This table next to us becomes available, and this couple was shown over to the table. And this woman who, it was a husband and wife, and I send them so much love, but they were so crazy busy because the woman comes over talking on her cell phone in the restaurant, which to me is like, what? No. Like, you come into the restaurant and you're in the restaurant. You're not talking on your cell phone in the restaurant, like when you're being shown to the table. I sent her love. There's no judgment. It was just like, okay, sister, you gotta chill out a bit. So she sees my kids, and they're an older couple, probably I'd say 70s or 80s, and she just looks at us and was like, no. She didn't want to sit next to, I'm like, oh, you don't want to sit next to children? I was kind of laughing about it, and she was just like, no. And ego mind says, well, oh yeah, you don't even know what you're missing. I got the coolest family ever. Right. And but the universal mind, the one where I just said, I just read the Surrender Experiment, and I trust that the universe knows. The universe has my back, and the universe is looking out for the greatest good for all people. And so that couple who didn't want to sit next to kids, guess what? They don't have to. And they maybe have had something really important to talk about. And maybe she was on the phone hearing some really horrible news about someone in her life. I don't know. And so I'm not giving her judgment. It was more like, that's the ego piece of us that's like, what up? I got to be in control of this, and I got to make a judgment, and I got to decide that this is good or this is bad. And I just put it aside and said, okay. And they're going to be able to sit somewhere else. It's going to be better for them. And what happened is a woman came and sat next to us, and she took a real interest in my daughter, because my daughter's 15 months, and oh, how old's your daughter? And turns out she's having her first grandchild soon. Her daughter's pregnant, and she was telling me about this. So she just loves sitting next to us, and for her it was like such a gift that she could see what she was going to be getting very soon. And we get talking, and it just became this like miraculous exchange of conversation and ideas. Turns out that she is this is a really amazing story, and we'll see how it all transpires, but she is the director of a huge theater company in my area. And I love her theater company because I've seen many productions that her theater company puts on. And we just get talking, and she says, you know, if you ever want to use my stages, what's it called? Berkshire Theater Group, Stephanie. Berkshire Theater Group. And so she has put on all of these plays that I had seen. I actually took my mastermind clients to see one of their plays, like the week prior that I met this woman. And I'm like, I just saw, you know, like I'd seen 3 of their productions in the last month. And I had just taken like 8 of my clients to see this play, and we had such a good time. And then I'm meeting the director sitting right next to me, and she just says, if you ever want to use my stages for any of your events, just let me know. And I'm like, this is amazing. She has these beautiful stages, like these historical venues. And then I said, well, what ideas do you have? And so we just started sharing ideas, and we realized that we have a shared mission to empower women and girls especially. And we live in an area, our largest city has the, yeah, totally. So our largest city, which is called Pittsfield, has one of the highest rates of teen pregnancy in the entire state of Massachusetts. So I had been praying to the universe I want to be of more service. I want to get out there and speak more. And I have a real affinity for girls because it starts young. So all of us women, we know that some of these messages that we received, it started when we were girls, when we were young girls. And so what would it be like to have had different messaging at that time, to have someone who took an interest in girls and say, you know what, anything is possible for you. And guess what? Being crazy busy isn't the key. And you can go get anything that you desire. And it doesn't matter that you're this or you're that, or you come from a family who never, you know, went after any of the stuff that you want to go after. You can still do it. So this is a real passion of mine, and we actually have a meeting set up very soon for me to tour one of their main stages and brainstorm, dream about what we're going to do within this space to change lives, to be of service. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Well, Stephanie, just so you know, all these periscopes, the ones that I feel the most powerful about, I post to my YouTube channel. So, you know, these stay active on Periscope for 24 hours. After that point, you all can find me on YouTube. My channel, my name, Jenny Fenig. Like everything I do is Jenny Fenig, makes it super simple. And I do aim to, you know, have powerful conversations. I consider myself a spiritual storyteller. Oh, how do I get them on YouTube? Good question, Stephanie. So I have my settings set up where every Periscope I do automatically saves to my camera roll on my iPhone. So then I simply go to my YouTube app, or Catch Me. That's cool. I don't even know what that is, Magenta May. Let me know. Like, tell us, what is catch.me? That's cool. What I do, and my friend Denise Duffield Thomas, she told me this tip because I asked, she's a big Periscoper. You all can check her out too. She's awesome. She's all about money mindset. I mean, she is extraordinarily brilliant and amazing. And so I will just then I go into my YouTube app and I just upload the video, and I, you know, name it, I tag it, and it's there, and it uploads and it's available for people. Yep. That's her name, Denise Duffield Thomas. And her handle is like it might be at Denise Duffield Thomas or at Denise DT, one of those. Catch is awesome. Oh, that's cool. You can save your live stream. Interesting. I'll check that out. Thanks for the tip, guys. I didn't know about that one. I've just been going straight through the YouTube. Yeah, it saves to your camera roll. But that's a setting. You have to say that you want that to happen. So when in your Periscope settings, make sure that you have that checked, that it automatically saves to your camera roll. Yep. All right. So that's cool. Catch.me, it saves all your Periscopes. Cool. So I don't know the difference between like that and like having it saved to your camera roll. When you save to your camera roll, then you need to upload to YouTube. But I want to have it up on, yeah, the comments too save on, I don't know actually if the comments save on when you save it to your to your camera roll. I think it does. I think it does. That's a good point. But I'll check out catch.me. Thanks for that tip. But listen, if you all are doing Periscopes, make sure you put it up on YouTube if you have a YouTube channel, because you know, YouTube, people are searching for things. It's just another way for people to find your content, because content really is where it's at. You're providing great value in the world. My YouTube channel has a lot of videos up there for the last several years. I've like barely scratched the surface on YouTube. But now that I'm doing Periscopes, I'm putting them up on YouTube, because what would be the point of having it die on Periscope after 24 hours? I mean, this has been a powerful exchange between us. There's been some great content, shared great questions that you all have asked. I love all the hearts, all that magic there. And so let's put it up on YouTube. All right, and we're going to be covering this. Those of you who want to learn deeper from me, yes, I have my event, Alchemy in October, which is amazing. I'd love to meet you there. It's thealchemyevent.com. I am going to be running an amazing course. It's a 4-week course, digital online course. You can take it from wherever you are in the world. Yeah, cool. And it's called Tribe Building Bootcamp. Tribe Building Bootcamp. It's not available for sale yet, but it will go, the cart will open in September, and we will start, I think the course starts like September 22nd. I'll be hosting a free webinar in early September time to let you, just kind of talk to you about getting known online. That's the name of the webinar. I'm going to be talking about Periscope. That'll be a new element I'll add to the curriculum for Tribe Building Bootcamp, because this is huge. Facebook groups also have been on the rise, so I'm going to be bringing in more information on that. I'll be updating the content from when I originally created it last year, because this online space changes like every week, doesn't it? It keeps you on your toes. Jeez, if you ever were somebody who was prone to getting bored like I was, I can't get bored in this space because it changes so freaking fast. And I love it. I love it because it allows me to share my gifts and connect with amazing people like you. So I'd love to have you in Tribe Building Bootcamp. The price point is like super affordable, super awesome. I want you to come in, get a taste of what my world is all about, let you make massive traction. And guess what? In the final week of that course, Australian nine eyes, baby girl, go get your rest, and then keep rocking the universe, Australia. The cool thing about Tribe Building Bootcamp is that on the final week of the course, you all will be creating an amazing piece of content, all right, and then publishing, like putting it out there in the world. So that is like a core to what I do. I love the upper chakras. I'm up here, but I am all about like, let's make some stuff real. Because a lot of my clients will come to me and they're super amazing, but they're just living up here too much, and we need to birth our creations and get them out into the world. All right, so if you're interested in that, make sure you, here's how you're going to stay in touch with me. If you want my time chunking tool, go to jennyfenig.com/schedule. Get it. It's free. You can download it. You will, you'll get my blog post with like all the tips on working on your business, in your business, and free time. Can you loop back to the title of the scope for those that joined late? Yeah, how do I do that, Stephanie? Tell me how to do that. Oh yes, the title of this Periscope is, it's all about time chunking. Yes, jennyfenig.com/schedule. Yeah, okay, recap it. Yes, thank you, Stephanie. So the core of on, in, and free. And if you missed the scope, go back and like watch it in its totality, because I really go in depth. And when you download that free schedule, the blog post you get talks to you about the 3 chunking categories. Basically your 3 flow states: working on your business, in your business, and free time. So let me give you the best thing I can show you is my view right now, because this talks to you about working on your business. Okay, do you all see this? I'm going to take you outside. I'm on the 33rd floor. Woo! Look at this. Here I am. You hear some sirens? All this? Okay. Yes, exactly. On and free. So this view is a great for working on your business. Do you see what I'm saying? You are seeing things from this big view. You're like, okay, I am in Long Island right now. I'm at my in-laws' apartment, outside New York City. When we started the scope, I gave you like a bit of a view of the New York City skyline, Manhattan. So when you're working on your business, you are seeing things from that big picture view. All right, and you were like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have this event coming down the pike. I'm gonna be doing that vision board vision board magic, like this vision board party in December, because I want to get you all ready to rock into 2016. Like, I see things from that bigger picture view. That's when you're working on your business. It's super powerful. You need to be doing that, because then you know how you're going to grow. If you're not working on your business, you're only working in it, and you're just plateauing. Like, you're just getting by because you're not seeing how you're going to grow. That's right, on your business. That's a big picture view. You're seeing things like a bird, like you're on top of this, you're on top of the world, and you see it all, and you're like, I'm going to make this move, I'm going to sign up for this training, I'm going to sign up for this coach certification course, I just signed up to work with a mentor, and I'm really walking the path of a spiritual teacher. So that to me was a big move. I'm working on my business, okay? When you're working in your business, that's when you're doing, yeah, I've been saying this stuff all week. Good stuff, JKR Tax Matters. I love it. When you're working in your business, like if you work in taxes, maybe you're an accountant. I'm guessing that's what you are. My father, just so you know, just retired a few months ago. He worked for the IRS for like 40 years. So I get that tax thing. You're working in your business, you're working with your clients. You're on the phone with them. You're doing your coaching calls. You are doing their taxes. You are designing their websites if you're a web designer. You are taking their pictures if you're a photographer. You are, yeah, exactly. You are like in there. You're in the weeds. You're in the trenches. If you're a therapist, you're doing your sessions with your clients in that way. My husband, he's a television sports producer. He's working in his business when he's at the games, and he is, you know, in the truck outside of the venues, and he is calling the shots on where the director should go with the camera and all of that. So that's when you're like, you're in it. You are like actually doing the work that people are technically paying you to do, okay? That's working in your business. Now, the problem that most people have is that they spend all their time there. All of it. And then they wonder why things aren't growing. Because eventually you're going to lose clients, okay? Because they just move on. It's the natural cycle of things. And you might get bored. You might burn out. You're like, I want to be in some new kind of offerings. I've learned everything there is to do here. That's right. That's right, Stephanie. Good recap. And if you haven't been spending time working on your business, then you're in trouble. Yeah, you're setting a day aside, one day a week to work on your business. Yeah, like a full day. If you can give yourself a full day, beautiful. That's when you can have those big strategic conversations. You can talk to joint venture partners, referral partners. You could be just brainstorming out your maybe your website copy. You're brainstorming out some big moves that you're going to be making. If you're doing some trainings, maybe you're spending a full day. Yeah, I mean, those are some tips for you. JKR Tax Matters. I mean, in my business, I mentioned this earlier in the Periscope, I work with like private clients, very small numbers of them, because I have these highly leveraged programs where they're learning from me and they're getting connected into the other gals in the group. So I have about 3 days a month that I'm working privately with my clients. 3 days a month. And those days on my calendar are like back to back to back to back calls. I'm leveraging my time. It's like boom, boom, boom. I may have like a 15-minute kind of turn time between each calls just so I can catch my breath. I can go to the bathroom. I can get a snack. Okay, but 15 minutes, and then I'll have some, break time for lunch. But it's boom, 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 boom on those days. I am so in that state of flow, right? I am just in it, baby. I have got ideas. I am on my game. I am just rocking and rolling. And then if I'll have group coaching calls, I'll have those scheduled on certain days. I'm not willy-nilly. That's the idea. I want you all to get into flow states. Get into flow states. And then your free time is your free time. You're bicycling, you're doing your yoga, you're swimming, you're dancing, you're golfing, you're spending time with your children, you are on vacation, you're seeing the world. These are your 3 flow states, all right? That's what this Periscope has been all about. Did you print a different schedule planner every week, hard copy? No. The deal with that schedule planner, good question, Stephanie, is that basically it helps you map out your flow states. So what you're putting in there, and when you get that schedule, yes, exactly. When you get that schedule, you're going to see a blog post that I wrote way back, and it gives you a view of how I color-coded my schedule. So all you're doing is you're chunking, you're saying like clients, like if most people say like, all right, maybe I'll work with clients Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm just making that up. And so you will chunk your time, like that's when I'm working in my business, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 3. Okay, making that up. So you're just coloring it in like, okay, cool. 10 to 3, Tuesdays, Thursdays. And then maybe all day Wednesday, you're working on your business. And then maybe Monday mornings, you're working in it, but you're doing like admin type work. Okay, and maybe if you're going to be doing periscopes, you stick that in there. You know, make it work for you, but you don't have to create a new one every week. You can if you want to. But really, what I've used it for is just that overall lens for like, here's how I'm chunking my time. Yep, I'm going to, yeah, cool, Louise. Check it out later, hon. Great to have you here, Australia. And you can evolve this over time. Some of my clients have said, here's what it looks like now. I don't really like how it looks now. Yeah, goal setting and finance for sure. I'll talk about that. You could create another schedule for how it's going to look in 6 months. Okay, as you start implementing this. Yes, I have clients who have, they call them like money dates. Numbers dates. Yes, you do need to be looking at your numbers. And so do you want to have a money date with yourself every Monday, every Friday, where you look at your numbers? Okay. Do you want to be doing, do you want to be doing like strategy every Monday, like just a marketing look, especially if you're in training courses where you're looking at your material and it's blocked off. And then guess what? You need to block it off on your actual calendar so that you can't have something come and take that space. So if you're going to do that every Monday morning at 10 a.m., you're going to have a money date and look at your numbers, then block it off so that nothing can book in that time. And if for some reason you had a doctor's appointment at that time because it's the only time you could do it, then you just shift that money date to another point on that Monday or on that Tuesday. You know, again, this is not written in stone. I don't want you to become so myopic and like raw, but that you can't live your life and be a human. But you have to, it's up to you. No one's going to come in and be like, tisk, 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 you did that wrong. This is you. Your results are going to show you. You can't run from your results. Your results show you everything that you need to know. So look at how you're doing this. Play with it. Get that schedule tool. See my example of that. Yeah. Okay. I love all your conversations too. And then just, you learn and you adapt. You course correct as you go. Okay, so this has been an amazing Periscope on time chunking. We'll do more on this because there seems to be, questions and good conversation around this. I'm really excited that you all have such interest in this topic. It really is a game changer. Share these ideas with people. Raise your hand and high five me if you're not going to fall into the I'm so crazy busy trap any longer. It's like, ba-boom, life is full. Yeah, totally. I'll share my schedule with you. Totally. And it's time for me to kind of redo it because we're moving into a new school year next month. So I totally will do that. Yes. Okay. So find your schedule, jennyfenig.com/schedule. jennyfenig.com/schedule. You'll get a beautifully designed by my designer. I have a great designer on my team. She does all my brand work. It's beautifully designed. You can chunk, you can flow, get your flow states on, in, and free. And then you'll get a blog post that details how to use this. It'll show you an example of one of my schedules. It's actually from maybe a year ago or so. And I have a new one that I'm going to be creating because my schedule will shift as my kids are starting school. They're kind of moving up. My oldest goes into first. My middle goes into his first year of kindergarten. He'll actually have 2 years of kindergarten. We're in a Waldorf school, and that's how we do it there. And then my baby, she's 1. So we all that. Yeah, that's right. Chunk, on, in, free, and enjoy it. Get into these flow states. Let me know how it goes for you. I'm very active on Facebook. You can Facebook me there. I'm getting more active on Twitter because of Periscope. Honestly, Twitter was kind of like dead on the vine for me, but now I'm getting into it because Periscope, connects in there. I'll be able to chat with Stephanie there and some others of you there. So check me out on all those spots. Make sure you get your free schedule template. I gave you that spot. Check out my event, Alchemy. It's thealchemyevent.com. And then keep your eyes open because I will be launching a course called Try Building Bootcamp, and that'll be happening in September. And I will host a free webinar called Getting Known Online. That is going to be happening in September, and I want to help you. It's a 4-week course. You're going to make massive traction. You're going to create some content. You're going to understand what it is that you need to do, because somebody asked me that recently. Yeah, totally, Stephanie, me too. Somebody asked me, they're like, how do I, nothing's really happening. I want to be doing this and this in my business. She's had to go work for a corporation because she wasn't able to get her business off the ground as a coach. And I said, the way you build your business is you build your tribe. You build your tribe. You must. There is no way around that. And not for these types of business where we're personality-driven businesses. We're selling services. Yeah, cool. So you're going to love Tribe Building Bootcamp. It's really awesome. So I'll be hosting a webinar. I want to say it's September 10th. I believe it's a Thursday. So once you get your schedule template, you're on my list. I'll keep you posted. It's a free webinar. Come on. That'll be your first chance to sign up for Tribe Building Bootcamp. And y'all are gonna love it. Okay, Hans, it was great. I'm gonna go read my style section of the New York Times now and enjoy before we gotta head out of here soon. We're gonna go listen to Beethoven's Ninth Symphony at Tanglewood later today. So what am I doing? I am having free time. I am having free time. Exactly, Stephanie, that's right. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I like you too, girl. We are supposed to know each other, and we do now through Periscope and Twitter. And sending much love to you all. Stay in touch. Mwah. Keep spreading the good word and keep being your beautiful selves, okay? Enjoy this day. Get out there. Be in some free time. And when you're in free time, guess what? Usually your best ideas for your business come into your body. So be prepared. Bring a notebook with you. Put your notes feature on your phone. Be ready because the ideas are going to come in and you're going to be like, what? OMG, this is it, and you're off to the races. Okay, mwah. Bye guys.